Hi guys, welcome back to a new video, and I am realizing that this is probably the first time you've heard me speak for this entire series, and it's absolutely terrible now. I recently changed to a better or next gen console or PlayStation, because I'm recording this on a PlayStation, and I recently got to the PlayStation 5 and I forgot to update my capture settings, so my mic was not included with any of the last videos, and I'm truly sorry for that. So this video is mainly just to go over everything that's gone on these last few episodes. It is really terrible because I'm talking the entire time I'm in these. Then I have been recording on the last 4 episodes, which is like 4 hours worth of no talking. So this video is kind of go over and make do of all that. So first, an explanation of kind of what Terraria is for anyone who's not so familiar with it, and I've just been watching the videos come out. Thank you for no explanation, but like Minecraft, this is a sandbox game where you explore your world and you build things and you explore dungeons and collect items. And it has a lot more than Minecraft obviously does, and it's 2D. It's one of my favorite games and I love to play it. Now, to kind of explain everything else, so each, to kind of go in detail, so with this one, characters and worlds are completely separate. So you can create a character, but you can play it on any of your worlds. You can transfer the items your character has on them to the other worlds as well. Now, each character and world have a separate difficulty. Characters having the difficulties of Journeyman, Classic, Medium Core, and Hardcore. Journeyman is basically you're either a very beginner or having a tough time with the other ones. But basically, you start out with more than just copper tools, which every single difficulty starts out with a copper short sword, a copper pickaxe, and a copper axe, because you wouldn't be able to do anything without them. So you have to start out with something. So you always start out with those. But in Journeyman, you also get where is it? We got it, because you can get it normally too. It's the Finch staff. So Finch staff, you also get, and you get a pair of weak wings, like adventurer wings. They kind of act like normal wings. They allow double jump, basically. They can't fly for long, and they only pre-hard mode wings, and the only way to get them is through Journeyman difficulty, I believe. And then of course you have Classic, which means when you die, all you do is drop your money. That's the one we're currently playing on. The next is Medium Core, which you drop your items as well as your money. It's kind of upsetting because if you don't get to your stuff within soon enough, you can eventually lose all of it. It's very difficult, obviously, but it can happen. And then you have Hardcore, which when you die, you lose your character and all your items you had on you. You don't lose the world, so you can continue playing that world just with a different character. I opted for Classic because of the difficulty of the world. With world, you have the normal, you have expert, and you have master. Master and expert are real difficult to do, whereas classics are not. So this is a master difficulty world, which means it's the hardest it can be, but that also means all the loot tables are extremely high, which is why we've been getting a lot of good stuff really early on. And like I said, I've explained this throughout the last couple of episodes and kind of getting there. Now, these NPCs are neutral mobs that in order to get, you have to meet certain conditions. And as you can see, all the conditions have been met within this little dormitory here. A table, a chair, and 4 walls, light sources, and a door. So I'm not sure if the door is necessary anymore, but because before we had the door, we just had the table, the chair, and the walls. Yes, it also have to have walls and the torches and everything. You said it was suitable without the door, but I added the door because it looks aesthetically pleasing. Also, we're gonna get our ghost out, which, by the way, was the luckiest start to this world, and I've chosen to go down the class of summoner in this world because different armor types can have different benefits for different things, like magic, summoning, fighting, ranged attacks. And range can be broken down to guns or bows. So yeah. So those are kind of the different tasks, like ranger, magic, summoner, and fighter. So I was like thinking we could go down summoner since we got this ghost early on, which is why the fletching does more damage. It's not as good as our ghosty friend here. And as you can see, another thing about weapons in particular, they have their name and then they have their rarity. And this rarity determines the benefits or debuffs, or buffs or debuffs that the weapon has. Like this one is Mystic Abigail's Flower. Abigail's Flower is the name of the item, the Mystic is the rarity. So it has plus 17% damage and minus 20% mana cost. Really great for that item. My Hurtful Gold Pickaxe has plus 17 damage. This Deadly Wand of Sparking has plus 7 damage, 12 speed, and this one has no benefits and just the average of that item. Same with this Forceful Mace. Its color also determines how rare it is. So like, this is pink, meaning it's a pretty rare item. This is blue, meaning it's rare. This mace is green, meaning it's uncommon. And this is white because it's common. This is also blue. I don't know if we have anything else. This is green, this is blue. This is white. Like I said, anything you can craft usually is white, or that you can buy pretty easily. This stuff is not, because potions can sometimes be difficult to obtain. Now, for certain NPCs to spawn, you have to do certain conditions to get that certain NPC. With this guy, you have to get a gold coin. With this guy, you have to use a bomb. With the nurse, you have to use a life crystal, which we've used a few of to gain health. Now, life crystals and mana crystals are what you use to permanently increase your health and your mana, which is the blue stars on the mana. And obviously the hearts are your life. And then this guy, I'm not sure what you have to do, but we got him. And also, I ended up killing one of the wandering traders, and the reason I did that is because he was too expensive at the time and I wanted his hat. So, probably not going to kill anymore unless we need a futuristic item, which involves the hat. There is such things, but that's not until we get to the Shimmer, which is very far down the road. Now, these statues, I explained it, but when you put an activation switch, they do something. And which is why the heart one is actually probably our best one, I believe. And it gives you hearts. I prove it, but I don't have a switch or an activation thing. Now, the reason I put this test up here, by the way, is because it's the best looking test we have. We got it in the last episode in the marble place, which I thought was a snow place. So the embarrassing mistake of mistaking it for a snow place is now only known. But to further explain more about Terraria is the biomes. So as you can see, we've gone through this biome quite a bit. This side ended quickly with the world trees, which, by the way, I explained, but obviously you couldn't hear me. But usually there's only about 2 of them, one on each side, usually around the same place. So usually it'd be like one right here where my crosshairs is, and one where this is. But this time we got 3 right next to each other, which is really nice. And also the tunnels leading into the Corrupt is really nice, because the Corrupt is one of the most dangerous biomes, along with Crimson, which is what is considered evil, at least before pre-hard, or at least for pre-hard mode. And I guess I should explain pre-hard mode and hard mode. So in a world, you have the basic, where you start out on pre-hard mode. There's a bunch of bosses you have to beat in this game, and pre-hard mode has around 6. There's the 3 main ones, which are the first ones, which you don't necessarily have to beat in order to go to hard mode, but you should. And that is the Eye Cthulhu, either the Brain of Cthulhu or the Destroyer of Worlds, depending on your evil type in the world, and Skeletron, the dungeon boss. Now, in terms of easiness, the Eater of Worlds is probably the easiest because it's a worm, and there's several strategies you can do to kind of exploit that. But essentially, the Eater of Worlds is in the Corruption, which is one of the 2 evils you can have in any world, which is usually random, but you can kind of, you can not make it non-random, so you can have a specific corruption in your, or evil in your world. It's usually more fun if you do random. But yeah, Crimson and Corruption basically are kind of opposites. Corruption is more about mana, where Crimson's more about just health. And so yeah, I usually prefer Corruption, because I also really like the color scheme. So this is a large world, by the way, so it's pretty big. Usually small worlds are like a third of the size of this world, where about medium-sized worlds are about a half. And those are the 3 world types: small, medium, and large. I usually go for large because they're the most fun. Now, as you can see, we're digging straight down, which in normal Minecraft would be a no-no. But in Terraria, it's actually something that almost every player who's played the game for a while does, because you have to get to the underworld. It's an important part, and the only way to get to hard mode. Which, to go to hard mode, you have to beat the final boss of pre-hard mode, which is called the Wall of Flesh. And if you can't beat the 3 bosses I mentioned before, you can't beat the Wall of Flesh. Like, it will be very difficult. And if you can beat the other 3. But of course, once you're in hard mode, you can't beat them, because they're going to go to their stronger versions. But so yeah, they're mechanical versions. We'll get to that later, though. So like I said, you got to get to the underworld, and a straight shot down is the best way to get there. And that's because this game has rope and a bunch of items that can prevent fall damage and stuff. Or if you have a double jump option, which is the blizzard in the bottle, the sandstorm in a bottle, or the cloud in a bottle, which are the most common, or rocket boots, or the upgraded versions of rocket boots, you can use that to save yourself at the last second. But that's all about timing, and the rope is just far easier, because you can go up and down to that about 50 miles per hour, which we have a miles per hour now thing, so I could actually show you that, but I'm not going to right now. But yeah, so essentially at nighttime you can collect fallen stars, by the way. 5 stars equal 1 mana crystal. You probably can figure that out by watching previous videos, which we only need 1 more to have max, I believe. I'm trying to make sure there's nothing. Also, to explain what each of these does, the guide obviously gives you helpful tips about the game, and crafting means you can look at the items in your inventory that are able to craft into something more, and craft them into something more, which, oh wait, did I ever check that? No, I did not. So the Deadly Wand of Sparking, for instance, can be turned to the Wand of Frosting, which does 15 magical damage, which isn't much more. Shoots a little frost. So it is basically the same thing, just instead of fire, frost. Which we could potentially do later on, when we get a frost torch from the snow biome. Now, to explain the 2 types of creatures in this world, there are critters and there are monsters, or beasts, whatever you want to call them. So the critters are like this squirrel over here, and this bunny, and this bird. They don't harm you. You can catch them with a bug catcher, and you can sell them if you want. That's kind of terrible, but you can. They're not worth much unless you find the golden or crystal variants. Also, does this flower not look like this Abigail's flower? Hold on. It is. We just got another abigail's flower. I've never noticed these before. I thought they were normal flowers, and so I've never done them. So I probably have found them more often than not, but never gotten them. And this one is minus 33 damage and minus 20 knockback, so it's broken. It's terrible. Not broken OP, but broken. And this is kind of where we got it in the beginning anyway. It's kind of like I think where our house was. So we're going to put this one away, because it's terrible and useless. I wonder, I don't know, but there probably is a big sell difference, so watch. So this guy is a merchant. You can buy a bunch of things to him, or you can sell to him. Anyone who you can buy things from, you can sell to. So 18 silver, 95 silver. Pretty big difference. And I should also explain, money in this game. That's something I almost forgot about. So copper coins are the lowest form. And 1 silver coin is worth 100 copper coin. 1 gold coin is worth 100 silver coins. And 1 platinum coin is worth 100 gold coins. And platinum is the highest currency you can get in the game. And once you get to it, it's pretty cool. Also, you can create the flaming mace, which I've been thinking about, which is just apparently 99 torches and a mace, which does significantly more damage. And does more than our swords currently. But swords are easier to use, so I'm going to keep that, and actually going to put the mace away. Yeah, so you guys missed out on basically a lot of the small talk now that I've been having, I guess. Put these away. For now, we're gonna, is there tools? I think I did get a tools one. I'm trying to keep myself as organized as possible. There we go. Okay, there's 2. And that's simply just because it's the best way to keep organized. There we go. But yeah, so that's essentially what the worlds are like. And also, if you're wondering about the other 2 bosses that I kind of forgot to mention, it's the Bee Queen and the King Slime. Those are the only ones that I know of that are pretty hard mode. So those 6. The King Slime and the Bee Queen are actually really good bosses to fight. They are conditional bosses though, meaning you have to do certain things to spawn them in, whereas the other 3, well, for progression's sake, you'll run into them. And are really easy to actually get to summon, especially the Ike-Cthulhu, which will start spawning after certain conditions are met, randomly during the nights. Because I've only ever played Master once before, but as soon as I met those conditions, I was having him once every 3 nights at least. 1 in every 3 nights. Spawn randomly. And he spawns, they can only be spawned at night, except for the Queen Bee and King Slime. I don't think they do spawn at night. So yeah, that's about Terraria and how it works. Also, one last thing to, well, not one last thing, I'll probably explain a lot more as we go on, but with ores, each world has a specific set of ores. So the different, or the sets are either copper or tin, so you're going to have either copper or tin in a world. You can get the other ones through other means like trading or pots or scrapulators, I think. Something like that. Then you, after copper and tin, you have silver and tungsten. Remember, these are supposed to be similar in stats and uses. So if you can do something with copper, you can do it with tin, I believe. I don't believe in them. The sets have like really different uses. But anyways, so you have copper, tin, silver, tungsten, and then you have iron and lead. Technically, actually, silver and tungsten should go above iron and lead because they're better. Slightly. But yeah, iron and lead is what I use for like chests and furniture mainly. No one really goes for the tool sets. because, like, honestly, in this game, you can skip lots of the middle ores, like lead, silver, and all them, for the next one, which is gold and platinum. Because that's what you're going to need anyways, and they're the ones that make the biggest difference, and you should really go straight for them. And we already have the gold pickaxe, and then I have the gold sword as well. But after that, for ores, it depends on your evil, but you can either have the corruption one, which I'm just gonna call the corrupt ore, and the crimson one, which is the corrupt or crimson ore. I can't remember. I believe that's. Oh no, demonite. Demonite is corrupt. I can't remember what it is for crimson, so I'm gonna just say the crimson ore. And then you got hellstone, which is in every world. It's the one you find in the underworld. And those are the pre-hard mode ores. And you got a bunch for hard mode, and I'll explain that much more when we get to hard mode. Because there's a lot more you can do in hard mode, and that's when, by the way, classes come more into effect. There's some pre-hard mode that help with classes, but once you get hard mode, that's where you get the 3 defining classes. Like, there's actually 3 different armor sets you can make, where in this one you only have the 1. And you just gotta hope they have bonuses. Now, like I said, though, the Crimson and the Corruption, their sets actually do have bonuses. I believe that has explained everything I've done so far. Oh, there was one creature that we did run into. Also, we can get an NPC based on this bestiary, but we've only completed 9% and need to get to 35 for that. Oh, well, not to get the NPC, but to unlock everything for the NPC, I think. But yeah, so the bestiary basically tells you about every living creature you've come in contact, even the critters. It tells you how rare they are, what their drops are, their stats, but only based on how many you've killed. So, like, these guys I've killed apparently tons of, and this is per character or per world. I believe it's per character. But yeah, so these guys don't have stats and no drops, so they won't show anything, even if I kill hundreds of them. The first one that actually does, see, the fairies. Sorry, before I get carried away, fairies, that's what I wanted to go over. Fairies are little humanoid creatures sized of a butterfly, return to the world around them, and they excel finding shiny things. So basically that means they'll bring you to chests, they'll bring you to the rarest or unique loot near you inside a dungeon. So if there's a chest or a life crystal or like a really rare ore, I think they lead you to platinum and gold. Not entirely sure on that, but they lead you to the best one nearest to you. And they'll stay with you until they find one that meets the criteria. And then they'll lead you straight to it. And they won't go away until you either go home or go out of their range, or they find the treasure and make sure you see it. And then they're light sources too, so like even if it's dark, you'll see the loot and then they'll disappear, and then you just gotta get to where they were. Next one is a gnome, and we've only killed 3 of them, so we don't know their drops and we don't know their stats. Next is this slime, which we do know the drops and we know the stats of, but the drops are clearly hidden until we've killed enough. I think you have to kill 10 in order to know their stats, and around 50 to know their drops, or see their drops. So this one, we've killed 50, and we can see even drops we haven't gone, like the slime staff, which summons a baby slime to fight for you. Pretty sure ours is... and this is a master mode drop rate, as you can see, so it's higher than it would be normally. This one we've only killed 4 of. Okay. When did we see a Pinky? I don't remember seeing Pinky, which is one of the rarest slimes ever. They drop usually around 2 to 5 gold, or 1 to 5 gold. They drop gold. Coins, I mean. So they give really amazing amounts of money. And they're so rare, Because if you kill 50 of one monster or mob, it gives you a banner. But I'm pretty sure if you kill 10 pinkies, they're so rare if you kill 10 of them, they give you the banner, which is really nice. At least I think it's 10, it might be still 50. I know some mobs go down to 10 because they're so rare. And then Windy Balloon, only killed 3. We only killed 1 pinky. I don't remember it, but it's probably one of the early episodes, so if you've seen it, you probably remember it. These guys we haven't killed too many of. Same with zombies, same with these slimes. Killed 10 of these, so you see the stats there. As you can see, none of these guys yet. None of those guys. The little poodle, the 14. We killed 10 of those guys. They're pretty common though, so. The piranha, we didn't find it in the jungle where it's usually at, but we found it underground. And you can kind of see the biome you can find them in next on the right of their names. The stones obviously for underground. That's I think for surface. Night. Typically these are only found on surfaces, but if they find a way down they can get into dungeons. This is only found in a graveyard or if you break a gravestone. And these ones are found on windy days, and these ones are found during the daytime on the surface. So pretty cool. So that kind of explains the general thing about worlds. Another thing is with gnomes, if you kill a gnome with a pickaxe, I believe it drops them as an item, and you can place them and they bring good luck. Same with these ladybugs, which is really nice. And then the banners, by the way, when you place them, they give you a buff against that creature while you're in the radius. Oh, this is fun. So this is the first time it's happened, but usually these are a lot more common. We're gonna quickly board up our house before they get here. Okay, that should work. So essentially this is a blood moon. This is a rare event that happens, usually it's rare, but happens quite often on the Master World. And essentially mobs and creatures of the night like zombies and demonites spawn a lot more. And not only that, stronger variants of them. As you can see, the little blood ones, the bigger ones, spawn as well. And on this night, and only this night, or on the nights of some events like this one, they can break open doors. So that's why I placed the block in front of them so the doors are unable to open. And our little ghosty friend, since she can go through walls, is able to collect all the loot. And we could stand here and not take any damage. And if you wanted to help, you could try getting a little... I don't know if we're doing damage, but I'm trying to shoot through the crack. But she is doing some decent damage to these guys. But yeah, so on this night, everything kind of gets a reddish hue to it. Mobs are able to break open doors, there's a lot more of them, and there's some new variants. If you see the Drippler is one of them, and if we wanted to, we could go to the Beastie area again, you'd see them now. They're right here. The Blood Zombie, and the Drippler. See if we can fight these guys. Maybe, maybe not. See, if you do this, you could actually open this door if you're smart and back off. But don't do that. Might just do this. But yeah, this is also a good night to make a lot of money. So I can now just shoot through this hole and they can't touch me. Because they don't have a ranged weapon. So I can actually keep my door open and not fear getting killed. And it's raining too, so we'll get the rain zombies. Now the only thing is if they could get to my roof, they could fall down the platform and demonize a dripplers can too. Right now it doesn't seem to be too big of a risk. But I'm gonna quickly... Oh, the 50th zombies. So the zombies and their banners, and killing any type of zombie would be this banner, so this doesn't mean you killed one type of zombie 50 times, because as you can see in the beach here, they were multiple types. Oh, I'm leading them up here. Yeah, now they can't get in there. Oh, that was awkward. Oh, that's I guess a thing I should explain too. So certain items can do the same effects that potions can do. And one of the most common examples of this is the magic mirror, which teleports you back to your spawn location, which I think you could change later on. It's akin to the potion known as a recall potion, which we don't currently have any because we sold them all in the last video. And we sold them to get the stopwatch. So yay. But yeah, so the recall version is one of the earliest, best potions you can get in the game. But the magic mirror is something you want to try to find as fast as possible, and you can find it in dungeon chests. Basically, like I said, it'll teleport you home indefinitely, like whenever you use it, and it never breaks. And that's another thing. Either items in this game are one-time uses, or they are infinite, so meaning you can use them once, or you can use them as many times as you wish, and they'll never break or anything. You can lose them, honestly, but usually items are either one-time use or infinite. Also, different creatures have different armor ratings, that's why they take less or more damage depending on what you use. So it's like us, how we can put on armor to reduce damage from mobs. They too have different armor ratings. So like if I do 30 to a slime, I'm only going to do like 10 to a zombie, because they have different armor ratings. Which is like kind of a little bit self-explanatory, but still. Also, while we're here, we can create a mana crystal. And technically create 2 of these guys. But one should get us to 200. Let's go. So we can now put these stars away and start saving them for a rainy day. Because there is a gun called the Star Cannon, which shoots fallen stars. And if you didn't know, when fallen stars drop, they do over like 1,000 damage to whatever they hit on their way down. So it's extremely rare, but you can use it to even beat bosses at nighttime. But like I said, it's very hard to time it right and get them to actually fall on the mob you want them to fall on. It's extremely funny when it does, I mean extremely helpful. But like I said, you can get the Star Cannon, which unfortunately doesn't do over 1,000 damage, but it does do over 50 damage. So, pretty nice. Like I said, you won't get to things doing over 50 damage really until hardcore mode, which is where you can get the Star Cannon. But it's also incredibly fast, and uses fallen stars, which is a renewable ammo source. Yeah. So this is the one kind of night that you can't do and do not want to be. Oh my goodness, see, for some reason they also sometimes spawn, like right here on the low levels. So we do got a driplet, which is just underneath our house. See, look, it just hit that guy for 1,000 damage. I mean, it will insta-kill most mobs, and even if there's a bunch of them, it will splash damage it to all of them and split it among them. So if there's like 10 of them, and their health together equals over 1,000 or over the damage, all but like one of them will die, or however many would survive. And they will just have whatever health remaining from them. So like I said, most of the time they will die. The only ones that usually don't die are bosses. Yeah, we're gonna need to get out there after this and collect all the beautiful loot. The great thing about this weapon is it can leave a lingering effect known as burning, which means they'll take 1 damage for a few seconds. Of course, if there's anything I forgot to explain that you'd like explained that you saw in a previous video, let me know in comments, or if there's something or if you have a question about. I know most things about this game. I'm not like I don't know everything, but I know most things. So I'd be happy to explain them. Can I spawn her down here? Okay, so it looks like the blood moon is over. It's probably daytime now. So, most of these mobs are gonna disappear. Okay, let's go get this mob taken care of. Also, when you kill things with magical weapons, they're more likely to drop these blue stars, which replenish mana by 100, it looks like. The same can be said when you use a physical weapon like a sword. They will drop hearts instead, but they will drop ones that only do 20 health, because 100 health is a bit much. And mana regenerates naturally at a pretty quick wait, so like you wait 10-20 seconds and your mana will use, or 30 seconds, and you can really replenish your magic fully. And there's items that even reduce that a lot. We do have a health regen item, which is really nice, which I'm pretty sure you can craft into something new. Let's quickly check for that. Yeah, so you can get the mana regeneration band, which does both mana and heart, and you get that by getting the blue one, which regenerates mana as well. And then you can get the charm and myth, which takes the Philosopher's Stone, which apparently reduces the condition of healing potions by 25%. That's really nice. But I don't know how to get the Philosopher's Stone as of right now, so that's unfortunate. So we're gonna go ahead and put these stars away. The zoologist has arrived, so that means we've completed enough of the bestiary. I bet it's about 10%, yep. And she spawns in. So she has arrived, she'll move into our last available slot up there at the top. And this is the kind of thing she sells little fox ears and tails that you can equip and have foxy look at. She also does this, which is a pylon, which we need to get. She also sells this book that makes it so you can't hurt critters. So like the squirrels and all that, you can't kill them. And she does sell licenses which will make you adopt a cat for your little town, or a dog, or other pets. And she sells whips for your summons will focus destruct enemy, which we also need. But like I said, they're like 8 gold. They're pretty expensive. But once we get to 35%, she'll sell a unique mine cart that will be very useful. It places tracks and takes summons, so yes, very useful indeed. Now, I wanted to explain everything and kind of go over everything. Also, I did go over the difference of bombs, which was their sticky, bouncy, and normal bombs. This goes for dynamite as well, and grenades. Sticky bacon sticks to wherever it touches first. Any solid items or blocks. And this will destroy most tiles and do damage to you. Well, grenades only do damage to players. And then of course you got the normal variant, which will roll a little before stopping. And this bouncy variant, which basically bounces all over the place. And then dynamite is the better version of the bomb. Okay, and then there's also explosive, which I believe is better than dynamite, which you have to have something to activate that. So that's why though we've been using sticky bombs to do this elevators, because at first I was mining, as you can see. Really cut, narrow, easy to follow. But then you get down here where it's a lot wider. This is where I started using bombs. We explored this mine shaft last video or episode. Very quickly go in here so we can't get knocked off, because if you get hit, you'll get knocked off. I believe we also explored this one. This is where we found the marble biome, which is really nice and will make for some nice home accommodations. Oh, what is this? It's not going to tell us. Okay. But yeah, we followed the end of this mine shaft, which we could explore more down there or up here. I'm kind of curious about what that is. We'll go ahead and continue going down this. Now obviously I'm going to need a lot more bombs to actually make it all the way down to the underworld, because it's like 3,000 plus. Blocks. And even though this does a decent amount, to get to 3,000 you're needing like 50. So yeah, this video was mainly about explaining everything that's kind of happened within the last few episodes, and kind of going over a little bit of Terraria. If you're wondering what this glowing ore here is, it's the demonite ore I was talking about. Let's just quickly make sure it's actually called demonite. So the next best pickaxe for me would be this one. Then after that's the hellstone one. But to get hellstone, I need this. Yep, demonite. And so this one you can find in other biomes, but it's pretty rare, and you're going to find in small veins. The main place you'll find this is in the demonite, the corruption biome, which we'll go to actually. One second, let me just place down some rope so we can get all the way down. We had like 20%. But since we don't drop our items, I'm willing to go risk going to the corruption this early on. We do need to explore more past them anyways. But the tree leads directly into one of their caves. So that's why. I was wanting to get doors on them as well. Right here and stuff. Shoot. I know, I really need to get more platforms in there. But you see, that's a world eater of souls, not world eater. They're pretty nasty, and they spawn day or night. All the corruption mobs do. Okay, so the one we want is down here. Ow. Just took 100 damage thing. Okay. Do we have... oh, we do. We use that. Oh, was that what I would think it was? I think it was. Yeah. We have 4 gold on us. We should really check how much money we have on before we leave. But that was called the Devourer. That is the giant worm of the corruption, which is like 80 plus damage. Really sucky. So first we're gonna take whatever money we have left in. Which is none. I thought it dropped only a percentage of your money. No, it drops all your money. Yeah, we don't have any money at all. So we can't heal up. We'll take the minor one for now. Oh, shoot. There we go. So there's a chance that not all our gold is taken by the Devourer, but there's a chance it took at least 1 to 2 of the gold. Because it did become a golden sparkle, and there's a chance it despawned, and there's a chance we can't even kill it, so. Yeah, there is some gold. 2 gold and some silver. So it did take 2 gold. Okay. Let's quickly deposit this. So if it's in our piggy bank, it won't drop when you die, obviously. Which I tried to store as all our gold in. I forgot about it from after that Blood Moon night, which I really should have remembered. Because obviously on a Blood Moon, you're going to make quite a bit of cash. If you go on a killing spree, that is. Or if you just stay and do nothing, you won't gain any. It's this one we need to go down. Okay, let's get going. Okay. Oh, wait. I think we could have continued along the other one. Yeah. That's funny. I want to just quickly check to see if there's any more chests on this one. No, okay. Okay. So now let's see, we can make some more sticky bombs. Because we need to get through this stuff because we can't mine it. There is an Eater of Souls there. Can we quickly make a workbench? Thank you. We're just simply wanting to make. Get that on. Don't know why I didn't have that on. Oh wait, I took it off to look at the graphics. That's right. I'm gonna make a door. Make another door. Right here. Oh, there's so many of them. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna quickly just do this. Go get him, Abigail. This is also, they do have a chance of dropping Ancient Shadow Armor, which is the Corruption Armor. Well, Corruption Armor is technically Shadow Armor, the Ancient one is a droppable armor. Alright, let's see if we can get a door closer. Close. Okay. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna let her deal with that. Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay. Okay. Boom. 3-door defense system. Okay. Okay. Oh, hold up. There we go. We don't need Everson blocks, I mean, but they're nice to have. But also, we want to make a little bit of a staircase leading back up to there. Yeah. There we go. That'll do. Okay, let's go in. Now, we don't have double jump or anything, so we can't do too much. Nope, 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 nope. Let's see, can we just take on a little one? Little ones don't really have less health or do less damage. Well, I think they do. Maybe a little bit less. The big ones are the ones that take the least amount of knockback and damage, so... I think we can handle these guys. Oh shit, we got one behind us. That's the only thing, if they can spawn from any direction. Okay, handle that one, Abigail. I'll continue fighting this one. Whoo hoo hoo. Look at my skills go. Okay. So this one leads directly down into a cave. Which is interesting, because usually they're not this open. Okay, we're gonna bust it open. So we can get that demonite ore. Whatever comes through those gates, we will kill. Oh, that's right, they can't really go in water. So like most slime creatures, they won't go down into water. But we need that ore, so we need to build up. That's a big one. Luckily, we can do that. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we can get the pickaxe just with demonite or even the armor. We might be able to get the sword, but that's really it. Okay, yeah, we can't really take one more hit. Yeah, deer damage to him. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Shoot. Okay, can't take another hit. Yeah, we got 13 damage on him. So just kind of watch where he goes, and from there, make our assumptions where he's gonna be. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is called worm movement, and they don't have the best of movement. It's very predictable, but still, they're pretty fast and pretty strong. Those ones are. And I don't care really too much about 90 silver, even though that's close to a gold coin. There we go. Okay, so I think that is a great place to kind of end the episode. Also, different ores take a different amount of ores to make into bars. Demonite takes 3. Gold and platinum take 4. So it's kind of crazy. A demonite being the better ore takes more. If we go here, go to crafting, getting pretty close to our limit here on time. This is one thing we're going to need, which we're going to go for first, and we already have the topaz. It's in our inventory. We have 7 in it. We only need 5. But this does what the miner's helmet does, which means we can wear a better helmet without needing the light of the miner's helmet, which I forgot to explain. As you can see, I'm wearing a miner's helmet, which does 2 defense and provides light when worn, so I don't need torches. But this necklace will replace it, so I can wear any helmet and get the best defense. So the miner's helmet is the first helmet you're going to be wearing until you get something that can replace it. And I didn't know about this until my last playthrough on a world, so I've been going years with just wearing miner's helmet and the best gear below. And then of course you can get Lightsbane, which is the sword, which is barely better than what we have currently. And we can get a better one. And then we get the War Axe Knight, which actually does more damage and is an axe. So we might go for that. Then you got the armor, which requires scales, which you get from the boss. Same with the pickaxe, same with the breaker, which is a hammer. So yeah, anything past the sword requires scales, which you have to beat the boss for. Except for these guys. These guys don't require scales. Same with this, same with this, same with this. This is incredibly nullifies the peaceful benefits of town, which I don't know why you'd want that with a shadow candle. But I think there's certain events or certain things you have to do that needs that, so. But it's a pretty expensive thing, as you can see. Yeah. Technically, we don't need the falling stars anymore since we have max. But we'll be exploring more in the dungeons and everything next episode, so I think next episode is really going to be an exploration. We're going to try to find either a frost or a desert biome, which I think we have one just over here. So we'll try to get into the dungeon area, try to get like a sandstorm in the bottle because we need something like that desperately. Besides that, I hope you guys for once enjoyed this video because, you know, audio and mic. I'm so sorry that there wasn't any in the last few videos. I hope this explains more about it and everything. And like I said, any questions or comments, we'll explain as we go. Obviously, I haven't explained everything that I did in the previous videos, but I explained the good majority of it and the most important things. And I hope you enjoyed it, and any questions, comments, and concerns, let me know. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. And, yeah, goodbye.